Hello, 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 and welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝘀. So glad you're joining me here today. When you come on, say hello, hello, hello. That's our Workouts for Older Men Live greeting. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. I want to talk about training frequency, how often you should train a body part for maximal growth, uh, how often you should let a body part after you train it rest before you train it again. What is the amount of time? How often should you train each body part? And how much rest and recovery before you train it again? I want to talk about that and a lot more. So when you come on, say hello, 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 and ask any questions that you may have, or just hang out. Just this continual connection just helps remind you of what you're trying to become: a better body, healthier, more energy. Stick to your working out, stick to your eating habits. And I'm just here to continually remind you that's what you're after, and do whatever I can to help you on that journey. So I get asked this question a lot. I know you guys put a lot of time and effort. It's important you to build that muscle, lose that body fat. Uh, but you're busy. All right. So you want to be efficient with your time. You don't want to waste time. You don't want to uh, do all these workout routines only to find out that isn't the right one for you, that it doesn't produce the results that you want, just to try one over and over again. It seems like a really inefficient way to get anything done. And you want to do the work, but what's the right amount of training? All right. So, look, I can give you certainty and I can say, look, I can have you train that body part, spread it over 4 or 5 days, train pretty much one body part, maybe one body part, a small body part, once a week only. And when you train that with enough intensity, you overload muscle, you understand that principle. All right. The right amount of volume, not too much, but probably can get away when you train it efficiently. Probably doing a lot more sets than most people do in the gym. They water it down. They don't understand intensity. They confuse working hard and uh, w- being willing to be in the gym a couple hours to do all these exercises, all these sets. But I'll tell you, uh, there's the law of diminishing returns. All that work isn't paying off. It's just taking you time, energy, and effort. So when you know how to work that muscle, let's just say you're 50, 55 years old, right? You want to be fit, you want to build muscle. When you know what you're doing, once a week we'll do it, but you got to know what you're doing. All right. Uh, I know what you're thinking. I hear it all the time. Well, that's not enough. Studies show that you can work the muscle every 72 hours or whatever, and more is better, isn't it? You train it once, only wait whatever 72 hours. You train every 3 days, whatever. You get twice as much muscle growth because you're training it pretty much twice as often. I really wish that worked that way. I wish it worked that way. It doesn't work that way, right? And again, for most men, their goals, I mean, most of the problem, like I said, the problem is not training with enough intensity. It's with whatever training routine that they're working. They're checking off the box. They're doing it. Maybe they're being consistent with it, uh, but not cranking up that intensity, getting those final couple reps with a little bit more weight, striving to do that with good form, of course, staying safe, not getting hurt. Um, that can be just as good as training it twice a week with less intensity, with less weight, stopping short a couple reps, right? And you think the difference, it's certainly not twice as much, right? So that can get it done. For a lot of men, that's sustainable. There's a lot of men who want to work out for a couple hours, 5, 6 days a week. Let me tell you this: if you were to train it more often, it isn't like you're going to go backwards, right? So if you want to invest more time, do more sets, train it more often, I'm not so sure that it's superior to someone who knows what they're doing with the same goals as you at this age with a busy schedule. It's not superior, but you're not falling backwards, right? So both will work. It's really what you put into it. And that's why, I can't tell you what would work for you. I'd have to know how you train. Besides more than you train hard, do you really know? And then that also goes for how much recovery. All right. We all have different conditions of recovery. It's not uniform for everybody. They need X amount of days off. Some guys don't train very hard. They may not know it. You can train it, the body part every day with his how it trains. So those are some rules to go by. Look, I made a whole career training the one body part and maybe a smaller body part once a week for literally years. I always say I didn't think of it as I was doing it. I was younger, wasn't thinking about old age, but I'll tell you, all the guys that train the body part twice a week, all that volume, all those sets, all those reps, shoulders are gone. Shoulders are gone. And so a lot of guys think that heavy weight, it's bad on the joints. It's all those reps with that weight, all the reps, all the sets, all the frequency. And now they're 6 years old and their shoulders are shot. Their hips are shot. Their knees are shot through repetition. All right. So those are some things to think about. They'll both work. It's what do you need to be efficient with your time? Hello, Robin. Hello, hello, hello. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝘶. Awesome podcast, LaCour. Well, thank you so much, Louisville. I appreciate that. Hugo. Hello, 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 sir. Great to have you here. Ken, howdy. Great to have you here. Let's see here. What Lay has to say. I try to hit my weak areas 3 times a week. Working assisted dips, pull-ups, about 80 pounds. Let's see. Going to opposite this year. I do these medium level intensity, leaving me tired but not exhausted. Okay. If that's working for you, like I said, if that's working for you, you're satisfied, I can support that. Patrick, hello, 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 Skip. I am here again, invested in kettlebells along with my weights. What's your advice on kettlebells? Been training and dieting more frequently. I'm also keeping a calorie intake log on everything I eat. Thank you. Thank you much for the inspiration. I'll address that. You're welcome, Lee. John, I'm 60 years old. John on Facebook. All right. So, I am going to expand, my fitness as I get older, like with more stretch. You see that I've mastered the weight training, the overload, right? But you're going to see me getting into more stretching, maybe even more bands, things that are more can fit more likes and preferences. You'll see me evolve in that. But I'm hitting what I know best for you now. Really haven't spent a lot of time with kettlebells. All right. So I have no personal experience. I know that anytime you overload the muscle, it's good functionally. Put some weight on there. It's a great workout. All right. But at this point, maybe you'll see me evolve and we'll go through that together. I'm not sure, except keep it up, overload those muscles, that nutrition part, and knowing how many calories you have, Patrick. That's crucial. That's key, because even if you build muscle with kettlebells or traditional weight training, or you do it 2 times a week, 3 times a week, man, if you got too much body fat, it's not going to show. Hello. Thanks, Skip. So am I. And thanks for that inspiration and advice. Awesome. So Rob Vaughn says, hello, sir. As a natural, is it okay to work out 3 days a week? Well, that depends on your goals, and that depends on how hard you train. Hey, 3 times a week, I don't know. Is that compared to 1 time a week? Is that compared to 6 times a week, or 4 or 3? But any workout is a good workout. Will it meet your goals? Well, I don't know what your goals are, and I don't know how hard you train. Hello, Ken. Great to have you here. All right. Great energy, great questions. Thank you so much. Hey, got an offer for you. Get some free help. You got to do some work, though. You got to go to skiplacour.com/free-coaching. Fill out that questionnaire. I'm going to read it over, maybe even call you, kind of feel you out where you are, get a good sense of where you are. And I'm awarding 10 one-on-one coaching sessions free. I'm going to treat you like my VIP clients. I'm going to talk to you one-on-one, not some coach I'll farm it out to. I'm going to talk to you. We'll have the call recorded. Like I said, you're going to get the VIP treatment, just like my paying clients. All right. So go to skiplacour.com/free-coaching, and maybe you'll win. All right. So that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men Live. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.